episode of Boys Gone Wild. We are without Charlie. He is on his annual leave. It feels like you have to do a job to have annual leave.
You've got to do something to earn a break.
Feels like he's been on a break.
He's been on a break since we fucking employed the cunt. Useless little shit.
I think he's going to Portugal and Greece in his annual leave.
Yeah,
which I feel is like... I don't think he's earned either of those holidays.
No, let alone fucking both.
I think he should be using 2 weeks to try to sort of...
Learn how to be a podcast producer.
Yeah.
Learn how to do a basic camera setup that doesn't take him an hour. Learn how to not be a mental person.
Yeah, so I'm going to be back to editing the podcast. It's going to be an old school edit, probably.
Yeah.
So a lot left in.
A lot left in.
A lot more of the slurps back in.
A very cavalier attitude towards content and entertainment. But that's how we like it.
That's how we like it. We're doing this on a Monday because we're going to Glastonbury. We're making the annual pilgrimage.
Firstly, we've got new rugs.
Yes.
Just look at the rugs. This is all rugged out.
We're gonna do a big revamp of the studio. We're gonna get the sign up. We're gonna get new mic arms. We're gonna get new mics for the first time pretty much since the podcast started. It's a huge deal.
It's a big deal.
So there's gonna be a lot of changes. But we're going to hold your hand through it.
For the better.
For the better.
There might even be a new camera setup, which you're just going to have to fucking deal with.
You are.
Because it is better. It will be better.
It's a three camera setup. I know that the 2 camera one drove people absolutely fucking wild.
We've never had so much engagement.
People came up to me in public and told me that
if you do that again, I'm going to fucking have you. Yeah, we've never had so much engagement in a video, really.
Yeah.
As people up in arms about it. But no, this will be good. It will be the classic podcast setup. How podcasts should be, arguably.
I was sitting outside a cafe and a 50-year-old man named Gerard came up to me.
Yeah.
And said, I really love your podcast. I assume it's Film versus History. That's the demographic.
Yeah, 50-year-old.
I was like, Film versus History? And he goes, what? No, Boys Gone Wild.
Yeah, too right.
So he's a big BGW guy.
He's a BGW head.
And I looking at our demographics, we're skewing older and older. I mean, it grows with us.
Yeah.
But what we're not getting is... I think we'll do better with the late 40s than we will teenagers.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Because when we started, it was all people our age, right?
Yeah.
And they've obviously grown with us. But we're not getting, like, 17 and 18-year-olds anymore.
What do we need to do to get them?
I don't know. Maybe we don't want to get... Maybe that's not our audience.
No, I guess...
Maybe we are,
just slowly marching to the grave.
Yeah. Exactly, that could be where our demographic actually is that we're going to skew older and older.
People with attention spans.
Whoa.
Not like these fucking
people who can,
think
understand
about,
ideas.
understand basic sentences rather than having a fucking Roadrunner thing up in the... Mate, that's how we get them. We put one of those...
Subway surfers.
We could put ASMR in.
Yeah.
If we just keep that in for the whole time, then we can get the 17-year-olds.
How are you with that sort of brain rotty stuff? You're relatively... You still sort of live in the 2000s a little bit.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I've actually considered deleting TikTok.
Go on.
Again. Well, because I used to live in a world of blissful ignorance. Because I didn't even have Instagram before we started this.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of had to get it. And now it's kind of slowly... I'm on TikTok too much nowadays compared to how
But your algorithm is about...
It's pretty tight.
Yeah.
It's golf and politics. It is mostly golf and politics nowadays, which I'm happy with. But you do never feel good after it, do you? But yeah, I don't know.
I'm someone who's always been like, I know everyone talks about screen time all the time. They've got all these apps. They've got all these methods. They get locked out their phone.
Yeah.
Things like you have to like do breathing exercises to get back into Instagram. All that sort of stuff. There's loads of...
Is that true?
Yeah, BB has one of those.
You've got to do breathing exercises to get back in.
Take a deep breath.
And then ruin all that.
And then go straight back.
Go straight back into...
Just get anything that gets in the way, I think, is the idea.
Yeah.
Right? And I've never considered it, I guess, because it's been so linked with work. I've just never seen myself as someone who needs it. I've always been pretty good at, like, I don't know, white knuckling brain rot.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, it does destroy them.
Yeah.
But for me, it was more, I was born in it, molded by it, sort of Bane, sort of,
Yeah. You are Bane in many ways. I do see
Bane
you as
for brain rot.
When I think about you.
Sometimes I just like, I'm white knuckling.
I was born, babe. Molded, babe. I hadn't seen the light since I was a boy or a man.
But then I went on the Upshot podcast, which is a great podcast. Shout out Jack and Zach.
Yeah.
They're good boys. But I was speaking to Jack, who's, by the way, he founded the Tab.
That's odd.
When he was a university student.
Strange.
So, he's a journalist. He's smart. He's a funny guy. He's quite wired.
Fat?
Wired.
I thought you said wide.
That's
That's a bold way to call someone fat.
He's
Hey,
wide.
smart, funny,
Big
can't
circumference.
fit through a door, but
Slow through the air.
yeah, thick.
Would fall quickly off a building.
Yeah,
Would fall quicker than
roll
you.
easily down a hill.
If you get my drift.
Just a wide fella. At the end of the day, he's a good, funny, smart,
Struggles
wide
getting
fella.
through doors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that.
But yeah, every door's a crawl space.
Every door's a challenge that he can't overcome. Fat old fella.
But he basically, and he's run multiple. He seems like he's run a business. He has a lot of work stuff on. He's 36. He's got kids. He's gone all the way through all this kind of like stopping yourself doing screen time stuff.
Right.
Because he got so addicted to like checking analytics. That's a big thing as well. Because now you've been let into the analytics.
There's a lot of graphs out there.
Yeah, and it's like you can get addicted to checking how videos are doing and
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so he deleted WhatsApp. He got addicted to WhatsApp.
That's weird.
It is weird, but he was just always checking WhatsApp.
Why? But WhatsApp is like messages from friends usually, or business messages which you need to reply to.
Partly, but I think there is always checking it.
Yeah.
Like having that. So I'm just saying, like Instagram, TikTok, that was child's play.
Yeah.
Right? He got rid of that ages ago.
It's like
He
getting
couldn't deal
addicted
with
to
that.
the calendar or the
He
calculator.
then got addicted to WhatsApp, got addicted to email, had
Yeah.
to do something where he is like off email.
Yeah.
Right. So he had to get like they'd have like he'd only be able to check it like once a day.
The translation app.
No, even worse. He got so far down, he got truly addicted to the weather app.
Oh my god.
Genuinely.
That's not.
Because he's going to Glastonbury this weekend. And he was talking about he's addicted to what the weather. He's checking it every day.
Well,
And
that's
he was
fair.
annoyed.
That's
He was
fair.
annoyed at the weather. Because in general he needs to get off the weather app. It's like where he spends a lot of his screen time.
You're just looking for some sort of filling that you're never going to get there. If you
So
don't,
you're chasing data. He loves information.
He's probably not even looking for the weather of where he is.
Well, yeah,
Probably checking out what Bangkok's like.
He says it's annoying, which makes me laugh. He said it's annoying how little data points there are.
For the weather app.
Yeah, he thinks they should be more in depth.
So he doesn't
wants
just want
more-
temperature and precipitation chance.
I don't know enough about weather to even expand on what it could be.
I'm about to try. He doesn't just want precipitation, temperature, wind speed.
Yeah.
He wants climate fronts. What's happening with the Gulf Stream? That's probably
That's
all
as far
I've
as it goes.
got.
He's the guy to ask. But
Cloud
it
density.
did get me thinking, and now he meditates like 10 minutes a day. But even meditation, I sometimes feel like meditation is if you're really wired, if you're like a guy who's a very productive guy,
Yeah.
even meditation, that's like organizing your nothing time.
Yeah.
And that's almost like, in a way, that's still building into like, if it's like, I got,
Yeah.
I'm meditating,
Yeah.
it's like, it's
Just
like
do something bad for you.
it's just
the
like,
weather app's bad for
well, it's just more like productively doing nothing.
Yeah. You're still working on yourself.
You're
aren't
still
you?
not confronting the idea of doing nothing, right?
Because you're filling that time with something.
Yeah, you've got the Headspace app. You're trying to. It's gamified, so you're trying to get like 500 meditations
reach
in.
the next level.
You
become
know,
a boss.
there's like a level thing. You know, it's
yeah.
still not sitting in a chair and dealing with it.
Yeah, I don't know how many people really sit in a chair and deal with it. I think that is what meditation is meant to be.
Yeah.
Is sitting in a chair and dealing with it.
But it made me think about screen time, and I think also because TikTok has been really poor recently. It's gone. I'm not getting what I used to get out of it.
What? Big tits?
Big tits. Yeah, it's definitely not as.
Tits are getting smaller.
It's not. Tits are getting smaller on TikTok. Instagram's still horny as hell.
Should call it TikTok.
TikTok, small TikTok.
You're gonna have to put a sound
I'm not
effect
putting
in.
any sound effects.
Fair
in.
enough.
So
It's a quick edit. It's a quick edit. Understood. I'll just point and people can imagine it. I'll do it. Boing.
No, I'm gonna put one sound effect in.
It's gonna be me farting, isn't it?
It's-
It's not hard to
Andrew,
decipher.
that is disgusting. Ugh. Andrew, that fucking stinks, Andrew.
Didn't fart.
Andrew,
It wasn't me. It was a sound effect. Don't let
Blimey.
me- To be fair, in your tenure of editing, you didn't really use sound effects to demean my character much.
It's
did
true.
you?
And now, I've taken such a long time out coming back, I realise.
It would be funny if you just did farting sound effects of me for the whole time. Stink lines going off me. It's a good way to do it. It's a good way to be.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of deleting
Oh.
TikTok.
Oh! Mr. TikTok himself. The man on the pulse. The TikTok man. Our TikTok
But it made me come up
correspondent.
with. Do you think this is a good business idea?
Here we go.
Call it something like Précy, or like in the thick of it. What's the video that the Prime Minister has to watch just to keep up to date with popular culture?
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh.
And the guy who's a paedophile.
Cultural
what's his name?
Digest or something like that?
Yeah, the guy who's a paedophile who's
Chris.
very funny. Funniest pedo in the game.
Funniest pedo in the game, honestly.
Alan, not Alan.
Chris Hughes?
We should know.
Chris Langham.
Chris Langham. First season of TikTok. When he asked...
First season of TikTok. You need to get off the app, mate.
hell.
Fucking hell. He's too far gone. You need to get off TikTok.
the TikTok of it.
All the pedophiles on TikTok. Honestly, his comedy acting is almost worth him keeping his job with the child pornography.
It's like Michael Jackson, you know.
Yeah.
He's good enough.
Yeah.
And basically, what if you had that for like TikTok?
Yeah, like a
So
précis.
You had a précis, so you could just keep up to date with.
Now,
but you can have like a daily one, a weekly one. You can have an hourly one.
So you can get your hit of big
You can have a
titted.
minutely one, and then you scroll through it.
All right, up to date. What's happened now? Up to date again. What? So you'll just get a précis of all the big titted anime girls that would be on your feed anyway.
I guess it's like curated brain rot, where you can. There's still funny stuff. There's some filtration, or like a Sunday paper.
I'll tell you what the problem with it
Go
is.
on.
What are you going to précis? So
TikTok.
Yeah, but like it's going to have to be really. Bearing in mind, if you're at the algorithm is specific to you, right?
Yeah.
The précis is going to have to be an excellent algorithm that really gets you. So it's distilling what the best parts of TikTok are for you in the last day. So that's going to have to really mine your own data.
Well, it's not going to be super algorithmic to the point where it feels like you're just back on TikTok again.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit more general. It's going to be more broad. But there's stuff on TikTok.
It's highlights.
Yeah, but isn't the way that did you see this? No, I didn't. I'm off
then
TikTok. You know, there's like things that people see.
Well, you'd have to select stuff that you're interested in, right?
But it's basically bringing back curators.
Yeah.
So I guess you'd probably end up having to use AI to save
yeah.
money.
Without a doubt. You're not employing each individual to go through.
Or you have like people on the cliff face. What
Yeah.
does that look?
Well, just a light. It just very pink in here all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
Yeah.
That's fine. On the cliff face.
Yeah, the sheer face of TikTok. You
Right.
have in the way that you send people down a coal mine.
Yeah.
And they're damaging their health, but they're bringing back a resource. We have an army of people who are on the cliff face of brain rot.
Yeah.
So
It's a
they're
bit like
getting
a-
all the bad stuff.
like a
In the way
modern-
that you get black lung,
Yeah.
you get brain rot because they're scrolling through everything,
Right.
finding what's good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
It's a very modern sweatshop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe you could build towns around it,
Well,
like a mining community,
and they're all just walking into walls,
sort of.
falling over.
Would it be more like what Thatcher took away from the northern mining town?
Yeah.
We bring back with these brain rot mines. I still don't want to miss out on this stuff, and there's still so much I get from being kind of up to date on these things.
A lot of the docket of today's podcast you can't find on BBC News.
This is the eternal problem.
What are you going to do? Because, you can't just ingest mainstream media. You've got to get some fucking wacky shit out there. But then how else are you meant to get it?
Yeah.
And a lot of the
'Cause
gold
it does
you
damage
find
your
is-
brain, but it's still gold. And
So,
even when-
well, the idea is with the précis, you just get the gold, but that's impossible.
But I talked about my kind of idyllic life my cousins live in Cornwall. As much as it does look idyllic, I don't want it.
Well,
I don't want to not know.
It's the ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
And, it's a payoff, isn't it? You got to do a bit of both, but...
Well, what I've been doing is because I don't want to. I guess because whenever there's a new war starting, so I was like this with Ukraine, Russia. I was like this when Gaza kicked off.
Yeah.
Now Iran. That's
Yeah.
when I just get fucking. I'm obsessed with the news.
Yeah,
Every day
yeah.
I'm checking
Yeah.
it, and I almost that takes up all my algorithm time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to more long form stuff. So what I started doing, I know you hate it when I pitch something completely normal as if I invented it.
Yeah, here we go.
But I have been reading the newspaper.
What a fucking maverick. What a fucking genius.
Um,
I talked about my Sunday tradition of reading the newspaper.
Really? Go on this podcast.
Yeah, must have. It was a while ago.
Go on.
I'm trying to start a tradition where I read the newspaper every Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great tradition.
Yeah, I think it lasted 2 weeks.
Right. So
Well-
it's not like a tradition you'd pass down in your family. It's like a family tradition.
Well, my dad reads the paper every Sunday,
Yeah.
but we haven't spoken about it.
Right.
We
Yeah.
Don't talk
I mean,
much.
so I guess the main reason I look at TikTok in the morning, I want to fill my head with information, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
No,
I
you're
think
a
knowing-
researcher.
I think knowing
You're a cultural researcher.
what's going on in the world, knowing that, I still don't think that's bad. If you can get the information the right way,
Yeah.
it gets your brain going.
But it's the other shit in between. That's
That's
what
the
fucks
thing.
you.
That's why. So I've been sitting outside the cafe.
Yeah.
The problem is because I don't have a balcony or a garden.
Yeah.
I sit outside a cafe and I read the newspaper with my coffee.
That's nice.
For like 45 minutes. Lovely. It is, I guess the problem is I often get The Guardian, even though I like to spread. I sometimes read The Times. I keep going to The Guardian because it feels actually weirdly like the least pretentious on that road to be reading in some ways of The Guardian or The Times or The Telegraph or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because if someone spots me, I don't want to look like I'm Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's kind of like a guy in his 20s, arms, you know.
Not often do you establish your identity so firmly with one.
Guardian
Big
people
thing.
will let you off more when they're walking past because I've been noticed. I sit out there for like an hour.
Yeah.
And I've been noticed multiple times.
Yeah.
The problem is, I would like just a private balcony to do it
Yeah.
because I really don't want people to think I'm being performative.
Well, that's the fucking problem with all this shite.
Yeah.
Is like with everyone, you know, there's been so many videos and stuff about people reading on tubes and, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just can't read on a fucking tube anymore.
Yeah.
I was reading on tube the other day. Felt like a mug.
Yeah.
Why? Let me fucking
Well,
read.
what were you
I'm not
reading?
doing this. It's
How to make a
it's
woman
queer
come.
not. Yeah. How to be better in bed. How to. I feel sad all the time. How to make my dad love me. But
Yeah. How to listen better to women.
yeah, that's not performative. I care. No, just reading a fucking novel, and I'm not being a prick. It just passes the time better on the
Yeah.
tube. For a long tube journey,
Yeah.
nothing passes it better. But now I can't do it because everyone's like, "Oh, you're trying." I'm not trying anything. I'm trying to have a nice time. So
But I'm
fuck
not seeing
off.
other people outside cafes reading the newspaper on that road, so it does feel like...
A newspaper feels like it should be read at home,
Yeah, that's what I mean. It feels
Yeah.
very like... And it's so...
and it's massive.
Yeah, and so on the best Sunday paper...
Yeah,
At the moment, certainly, is the FT. So it's not really a finance paper on Sunday.
yeah.
It does way better because the Times is mental on Sunday. It goes
Yeah.
super right wing.
Yeah.
The Guardian's pretty good on Sunday, but the FT is a really pretentious one because it's got the orange
pages, yeah.
pinky sort of,
Yeah.
which is meant to be a Victorian bankers read the FT,
Yeah.
basically,
And this
and it's
cunt's
just like,
reading it with
and
a
especially the
macchiato.
Sunday, it's got so many pullouts,
Yeah.
and it's fucking massive.
It's hard to turn the pages sometimes.
It's difficult.
Difficult to turn the pages.
It's obnoxious.
you
but
can
you
read
have
the,
to really make it big.
The
and, like,
FT magazine is good. I read that on the Eurostar.
do you get it separately?
Yeah.
Or okay, it's not one of the pullouts.
No.
All right.
It's like I don't know if it's weekly or monthly.
I mean, you
but-
can read your mags.
What mags are you insinuating?
I'm not
about
reading a mag. I'm keeping abreast of global affairs with my newspaper.
So you think the Financial Times monthly magazine is me reading
Glossy.
a glossy, dirty smut mag?
Chick mag.
Nuts.
I mean, that's
Turn to page 3. Where are the tits?
I mean, that's awesome to sit outside a cafe.
It would be amazing. if
Reading nuts is hilarious. I mean, nuts on the tube is so funny.
That's brilliant.
That's absolutely
Nuts
fantastic.
on the tube. Get fucked. It's just like watching. You might as well have your phone out watching a porno. But
yeah.
imagine if the Financial Times brought back page 3
But it's
models.
less discreet.
What is?
It's more. It's
Well, no,
less
that's how you do it.
Reading nuts is less discreet than watching porn on the tube.
It's true.
'Cause
Well,
it's everyone can
depends.
see.
Of the,
It depends.
If
who
you got
says
your
it.
headphones in,
Yeah,
then
okay.
it's.
But well, like a Polish woman on the bus with her headphones out. You know. Yeah.
Can't be doing that, love. Imagine if I wanna see more tits in from the Financial Times.
Yeah.
Bring back page 3 models
For
and put-
every paper.
for every single paper.
Yeah. But
What
then,
a weird time.
But
Do you want to read the news and see tits? Yeah, kind of do actually. Maybe they
Yeah.
had, maybe
I
they,
mean, we're
maybe
heading-
they were onto something.
we're heading back to page 3 times.
Yeah,
It feels like the culture's going back to sort of page 3.
a bit smuttier.
Yeah, more salacious, more have steaks back on the menu.
Yeah,
You know, that sort of
yeah,
stuff. Cigs
yeah,
are back. You know.
yeah.
But also, did you see? I think the counter argument to the page 3 thing, similar to like when the cool girls in Formula One.
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
banned. It's like a load of these kind of big-titted ladies
Going.
like, this is a big.
This is our job.
This is my job. I love being a page 3 woman. I'm
Yeah.
not really trained in anything else.
It was a bit like when Peter Dinklage came out against the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs film because it was offensive to little people, and then loads of little people were like, "Well, that's our fucking job, mate."
Lucy Pinder and the Big Tit.
You pulled out a name there. That was a bit too fucking quick.
Pinder was the ultimate.
I think
She-
I
she was-
haven't heard that name in a decade.
I haven't heard that name in years.
Pinder, cracking.
What did you say?
Babs.
I thought we finished her off in Nicky Wake.
Oh yeah, she was the one. I think I can't really remember, but
Yeah. But yeah, I think if you brought back page 3 across all of the papers, would it be like the FT page 3? Would that be more sophisticated?
No, they'd just be dressed up in like a secretary's outfit.
Yeah, that's more sophisticated.
Well, like finance tits.
Yeah, that's more sophisticated.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not whipped cream.
It's smutty.
Yeah.
It's not whipped cream?
No, but I mean like...
whipped cream. I thought you just meant cream. Never got cream drizzled on them. Imagine getting single cream for
So
sex.
what's the Guardian tits look like? So it's woke tits, isn't it?
Yeah, woke tits.
So it'd
Hairy
be
armpits.
Yeah, it would be like lesbian tits. It would be tits for lesbians.
Is that the wokest expression of tits, lesbian tits?
Well, it'd be like non-binary tits.
Yeah.
It'd be like a mullet.
It'll be a guy with tits.
So the Guardian's a guy with tits.
Yeah, it'll be a bloke with tits. He doesn't identify as a woman. He's
non-binary.
He's got big tits. Guardian's a big-titted bloke. I don't know. The Times... Wait, well, if the Financial Times is, financial district, that kind of thing, the Times, I guess, maybe could be more of a politician thing.
Yeah.
Could be more the kind of elusive nature of power.
Right.
So maybe it's a judge.
Okay.
Got the wig on.
With the wig, yeah.
With the wig and the cloak, with the cloak's completely open.
Female.
Obviously.
It's not a
Guardian's the only one who's a bloke with tits.
It's not an old male judge with big fake tits. That's horrible.
That's horrible. If we're trying to reinvent page 3, we're not doing it very well at the moment. Just men. Just put men with tits on. To be fair, maybe,
Yeah.
Page 3 men.
Well, the Telegraph. I love the Telegraph. I love just reading the headlines. I never actually read the paper, but it knows what its audience so well.
Yeah.
It's just for landowners who live in the countryside in London, in the UK, basically.
So tractor tits.
I guess so, but it's more...
Combine tits.
It's more land... It's estate tits.
I love to combine her harvester.
Yeah, but they're not farmers. They're
maybe, okay, fine.
they're
Wellies.
aristocrats. Yeah, hunter boots.
Wellies.
Yeah.
Just wellies.
Yeah. Lots of dogs in the back of a Land Rover sort of deal.
Metro, underground tits.
What's that?
It's just London. The Metro.
No, I know, but what?
Oh, just tits on the underground. Every week
paint
would
the
have a
picture.
different theme based on a different line.
But it's not like playing with the idea of what's the underground, like maybe, an underground rebel group.
That's too confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like the Piccadilly line.
Hamas tunnels.
The Piccadilly line, Sucker Willy line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I think we have actually done this before for some reason. I got deja vu from about 3 years ago of you doing Piccadilly Circus.
Piccadilly Circus, that was it.
That's pretty good.
Hey, there was something there.
Yeah.
No idea what it was.
So bring back page 3.
Bring back page 3. Bring back page 3. Bring back page 3.
What about page 3 in every book? Or any sort of literature?
Yeah, like a novel.
Has to.
A pamphlet.
You have to. If it's got 3 pages.
Yeah, Jehovah's Witness pamphlet.
You have to. It's legally done. But
Yeah,
it'd be
instruction manuals.
I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be specific because it'd be like ad space.
Yeah.
But you have a page 3 you have to have space for tits.
Yeah, and instruction manuals. What's wrong with getting horny when you're setting up a fan?
But what you could do, not everyone's going to be able to get their hands on a big pair of tits.
Not everyone's going to be able to get their hands on a big pair of tits.
Willy-nilly.
I don't know. Willy-nilly.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Yeah, so like...
so it'd be more like there'll be companies that...
how we spelling company?
You know how we're spelling company.
We know how we're spelling company. We don't even need to say it.
That just you hire out like ad space your page 3 of anything, and they
Just like an agency.
yeah, like an agency.
An agency for tits.
Yeah, but they have to do it if they want to get published.
like a
they
pimp.
have to do it.
Just a pimp, really, isn't it?
Yeah, an agency for a tit agency.
Tit agency.
On this
Right.
table in front of us is Alistair, the old man who came on our podcast
A great guest.
2 months ago. Brilliant guest, enthralling stories.
He left his shoes here.
He left his shoes.
Shoes here.
It really makes me
We've
laugh.
given him a few months to reclaim the shoes,
Yeah.
but he's disappeared. So we're going to keep the shoes here. This is
Yeah.
Alice's shoes. He's kind of a constant. He's kind of a third host, really,
Yeah.
above Charlie.
Yeah.
That's how the hierarchy goes. Charlie's last.
Yeah.
Old man above. But just nice to give him a bit of a memento.
Yeah, it was very sweet.
Of course he left his fucking shoes here.
Because when we asked him to be on the podcast, I think he thought it would be more of a role than we gave him. So he brought quite a lot of costume changes.
He had a whole suitcase.
Yeah. And he came with a big white jumper and immediately spilt... What did he... Coffee all over
I
it?
think he spilled tea on it, yeah.
Yeah. and then looked at me with this very sweet.
Oh, no.
It looks like he's evaporated.
In many ways, he has.
Yeah.
In many ways, he
But
has.
his shoes are still here.
Right, we're going to Glastonbury again.
Yeah.
It's happening. We've managed to wangle our way in again. How are you feeling for it?
I'm feeling good. Yeah.
There's a poop rotor going round.
Yeah.
And, your name is conspicuously absent from it.
I'm confident I'm not going to be shitting myself because I just never am.
Famous last words.
I've got a very strong constitution.
Yeah. Like an old Southern gentleman. Yeah.
So I just don't think that stuff just doesn't happen to me.
I would be nervous if I were you.
Do you think?
Yeah, there's clearly
I mean,
a rotor.
it's me, yeah.
It's I'm off it. Me and BB are off it. We're off the shit rotor.
You've had to miss about 5 festivals due to illnesses.
3.
It would not. You're more likely to be doing it than me.
No. There is a clear Glastonbury shit rotor. My name has been scrubbed off because I've done my time. It will never happen again.
You did your time the first time you missed a festival.
What if it happens to me? If it happens to me
poorly said.
again,
Yeah.
that's not funny.
No, it's a chronic illness.
That's
right?
sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
One time's hilarious for this,
Yeah.
but if I come back next week and I'll be like, I had to leave again.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I could extract some comedy from that. It would
Yeah,
be
it's
too
a
bleak.
disability. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a please get checked out.
Yeah, there's something.
What's wrong with
there's
you?
There's something
There's something dodgy
gravely
down
wrong
there.
with your software.
Yeah,
But I really think it's going to be Matt. It just makes sense.
I think definitely Matt. What I've got a gripe with
Go on.
with this shit. There's always these monkey people that come crawling out of the jungle every time there's a festival, particularly Glastonbury, when they're like, top tips for Glastonbury as someone who's been 50,000 times.
Go on.
They're always fucking shit. There's one, I saw one.
What, the actual tip?
The actual tips are shit. There's someone got on The Guardian and it was like, top tips as someone who's been to Glastonbury 15 times. You want to hear them?
Go on.
Number 1, bring sun cream.
That's not a terrible tip, though.
Number 2, download the official Glastonbury app.
Good. These are good things.
They're obvious things. Number 3, bring snacks.
I don't even know if that's a good tip.
I don't think it is a good tip because you never fucking eat them, do you?
We didn't need snacks. You just have 3 meals a day at a food truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you need snacks.
No, you don't.
I might just in case.
Number 4, earplugs.
Okay, I hadn't even thought about that.
Have you not? Well, you're a fucking idiot then. You fucking moron.
Did you wear earplugs?
No, you don't need them.
You don't need them.
No, relax. Just go to sleep. Chill
Relax, go to sleep.
Just-
well, that'd
just-
be easy
yeah.
if it wasn't so fucking loud at this bloody festival.
out. Whatever number it is. Battery pack. What, you need a phone charger, do you?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me to bring socks, you fucking idiot? Oh, you need shoes for the festival, do you?
Yeah.
You make sure you bring clothing.
You've probably got something about
Make sure
sensible
you bring
footwear.
clothing.
Yeah.
Bring clothing.
Yeah.
Bring a hat, probably. Bring yourself.
Mm.
It's fucking ridiculous. And they all pop up thinking like it's just content mining, isn't it, really? They're just like, top tips, somebody's done it a billion times.
Yeah.
And then it's the most mundane, obvious shit.
Well, there's a guy I'm obsessed with. I've shown you,
Yeah.
Dan Thomas, right?
Mr. Glastonbury, man. Is he back out of his...
This professional
His
Glastonbury guy. But part of what I like about Glastonbury as a festival is that it's for everyone. It's not like a cool because there's cool festivals.
Put some
where
inspirational music
everyone-
behind this.
Yeah, but it is like it's a cool place and it's an uncool place at the same time
Yeah.
because it's everyone's there.
Yeah.
So there's professional Glastonbury heads who are losers,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it doesn't stop the festival being cool.
Well, the best thing about
they can't ruin the
festival.
festival.
Yeah.
because it's got the whole gamut.
It's true.
You know.
Well, it's just because there's a nice age spread, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, people who bring their fucking kids to a festival, you need to be fucking topped.
Shot?
Yeah, murdered.
Yeah.
I don't know, chucked out.
Yeah.
When you see like these kids and they've got those massive...
Do we spare the kids?
Yeah, it's not their fault.
Yeah. Some big foster
Just
program,
orphan
I
them.
guess.
But they've got their, you see those like 5-year-old kids going around a festival with that massive
Yep.
thing, and there's, next to them someone's ODing of care. It's like, why are you bringing your kids
Yes.
here? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's not a nice thing to do. I know it's meant to be a bit family orientated, but fundamentally it's not. It's
Yeah.
a dirty place for horrible, disgusting people to go and have a horrible and disgusting time.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a 5-year-old there.
So I definitely didn't dress well enough last time. I didn't take fashion seriously enough, and it was a regret of mine. What vibe are you going to be bringing to Glastonbury this year? Have you got like a mood board aesthetically? What if you were going to describe the energy that you're bringing fashion wise? What's it going to be?
Soft boy.
Soft boy. Okay.
Strip back soft boy.
Okay.
Strip back soft gay
Minimal.
boy.
Okay. So you're pulling it back to basics.
Yeah.
Andrew goes back to basics.
Andrew goes back to basics.
So if it was like so it's be the Guardian culture pull out.
Yeah.
And
Me.
It's you. It's you with your Glastonbury looks. Andrew
Always in the same pose in the chair. Just.
Andrew goes back to basics.
Andrew's back to basics, and so should you.
Yeah. Okay.
Andrew's gone back to basics, and so should you.
Yeah, because you actually had quite you had almost borderline a theorem about how men should be dressing at festivals. Now
Yeah.
they're approaching 30.
Well, it's now approaching 30, but there's also now, I don't know, with I think a slight shift in fashion in general.
Cultural shift.
A cultural important shift. You can't just call everything cultural and make it sound more important. But what you know, everyone. I think people fall into the pithole
Yeah.
of being like, I'm going to a festival. Let me find the most garish shirt possible because that's me trying to fit in. Don't try and fit into the vibe. Let the vibe fit into you.
Okay.
Don't try and overdo it. Don't dress as something you're not. Go back to basics.
Right.
I think for a guy at our age, just buy some nice things.
What's a nice thing?
Just make it fucking nice. Nice pair of shorts. You know, maybe like just a nice t-shirt.
Simple ingredients done well.
Simple ingredients done well. It's like a nice chicken korma.
Right. Okay.
Plenty of coconut milk. Not too much spice.
Fine.
Not too much spice
And
in there.
That's not a crime.
That's not
It's
a
not a
fucking
crime to have
crime.
an unspicy
Because
Coke.
you see people going around, you see these guys going around and they've got like some bad shorts on, but then they've just got this like shirt that they've clearly, oh, what's this guy gonna do? He's gone out to a charity shop and he's gone like, that will make me look cool. And it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Buy a nice hat and sunglasses. Put a bit of fucking stank on those, maybe.
Sure.
Keep the rest a bit dressed down. Don't go for it in this kind of, I'm trying to be someone I'm not way. You're not a hippie. You're not you're not wearing this most of the time. You're a sad man.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. Yeah, it's still Glastonbury. It's not what you wear most of the time.
Stop dressing colourfully.
Do you think people, if you're like a management consultant, you should be dressed for work?
Dress shirt, stiff collar. You can maybe put some cargo pants on. Stop trying to be someone you're not.
Yeah, it's fair. I do think the Hawaiian shirt craze, it is a lot of men with bad personalities trying to let their shirt do the heavy lifting.
Well, I had to look you directly in the eye the other day and say, don't buy a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. No, I guess Hawaiian shirt is quite a specific one, but a colourful shirt, I do think you probably got a fair point. I'm not going to go full. I'm still going to have a bit of
a pizzazz.
I think the energy I'm going to go for is crooked moneylender.
Okay, a crooked moneylender.
Yeah.
Have you got like a green visor on?
No, it's not far off.
Loan shark.
So look, I've got a gold ring.
All right, smack
And
a couple of bitches.
I've got a gold chain.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get my gold watch fixed.
Yeah.
Right. So it's already, this guy, you can't trust him with your cash.
Kind of. I mean,
So
I've got
I'm
silver rings and a silver chain.
Yeah.
So maybe I could be the muscle.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like, the really wormy looking guys in Uncut Gems.
Yeah. I can fuck with that.
That's kind of the
A
energy.
jeweler.
Yeah. So I'm wearing a vest for the first time.
Yeah.
The big bold thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm wearing because the vest
Wow.
with the shirt over it. Open.
That's really not that bold at all.
know, for
Horatio.
me, though.
Fucking hell. That's the least bold thing.
So hairy chest, vest, and then like a big shirt over it.
Yeah. Okay.
Open.
Yeah.
So it look,
Wow.
I just kind of want to look like I'm.
You've got a wad of cash in your pants.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the energy I'm going to be bringing.
I like it. I'm into it.
What the only thing that I'm missing is my sunglasses. I think I got them with me.
They're
Anyway,
up there.
I'll put those on. So they're already. To be fair.
Should we get back to sunglasses?
Yeah, let's go to sunglasses. So the thing is, quite embarrassingly, you say that all sunglasses suit your face, right? You've said that. You've been
100%.
on record.
100%.
Pretty much no sunglasses suit my face.
Well,
So it takes me fucking ages
To
'cause
find
I
a
look
pair.
so dumb.
You
Like
often-
to be honest, most people look good in sunglasses.
Yeah.
Sunglasses is one of the easiest ways.
Yeah.
And it's really embarrassing.
You
That
just
I
don't
look
quite
bad
have the head shape.
No, it's because if I put sunglasses on, it's so easy for me to look blind. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Yeah, you do look a bit blind.
I always look like I've got like a guide dog.
Yeah.
It's like that's
You've just lost
the
it.
opposite of what's.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
A bit thick.
So that's why I had to wear these big 70 sunglasses. I think the only thing that would be missing from my moneylender look, it's probably too much of an affectation, but one of those glasses where you can you can zoom in on gold to check if it's real.
Oh,
Yeah, so I have like sort of
like a peace thing hanging
Yeah,
out.
like
I was going to suggest that.
yeah. Probably.
Well, no, you want-
don't need that. I mean, maybe if I could get
No.
one where I can zoom in on the acts, so it's like a
What I
half
thi-
binocular.
You know, but I think they have that round their neck because it's not connected to their sunglasses.
Right.
And then you whip it up.
Right. Okay. So maybe I can get one.
It's just like a magnifying glass,
Yeah.
isn't it? But like a special one with a
Yeah.
light on. You can
Yeah.
get one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going scumbag crooked.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
corrupt. I'm going corrupt.
You're going corrupt. Yeah, and I'm dressing like
Up
I'm
to
not
no
even
good.
there. I refuse to acknowledge the festival's existence. The festival acknowledges my existence.
Right. So you're really gonna your star's gonna whisper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the way to do it. You
Right.
know, look, all these guys, it's that one shirt. They all wear that one shirt.
What's that one?
You can
Just
see it. You
The
can see it.
the wavy one.
Yeah.
Wavy garms.
Oh.
Yeah. But maybe it's also just because of getting older. Maybe that's part of it as well.
That is somewhat part of it, but I do think, because, back in the day, this is quite a long time ago, but, it was like Brighton Lanes. That was what was in, really. Those kind of, we did grow up in Brighton, so we might be wrong. But that kind of wavy garms, that was the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which is now,
I think in North Korea, wavy garms didn't take off at that time.
why do you think that is?
I think because they weren't as close to the Brighton lanes.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be some other factors as well. Is that the analysis you want?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Is this what you're paying for?
Well, a lot of them aren't paying for it.
Oh, we're
It's
not
a
on
free
Patreon.
episode.
Oh, join the Patreon, by the way.
Yeah, please
We're
pay
really,
for it.
we're really
And then-
bad.
So if you have paid for it, is this what you want to be paying for?
Yeah, we're speaking just to you in the future. I don't know.
But no one's paying for this.
No one's paying for that.
Well, I guess the Patreon are like the high earners in
Yeah.
the country, and they have the highest tax burden. Right?
Yeah.
So they're carrying the shit for the non-patrons.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of freeloading. Basically, if you're not a patron, you listen to the podcast.
Benefit
you're a scoundrel.
You're a benefit scoundrel.
You're a scoundrel.
you're a benefits thief.
You know.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We'll see. Look, we'll do a collation of our looks from Glastonbury. That's not going to happen.
No.
As soon as I said it, I was like, we're not doing that.
No.
I refuse to take pictures.
Are
I don't
you
refuse.
feeling excited compared to? I mean, this is 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Is there any variation in excitement for this one?
There's a
Do you
calmness.
feel this? Okay.
There's a calmness. I mean, I
You've been many times.
I
before.
often
You're
lack-
Mr. Glastonbury.
I'm Mr. Glastonbury now.
Yeah.
I often lack the general emotion of excitement in my everyday life.
Famously.
Genuinely, to many people's annoyance.
Yeah, you rarely
Bring the
you're ra-
vibe down.
Yeah, you're rarely jumping up and down.
Never jumping for
You
joy.
never squeal for glee.
I'm not an 8-year-old boy. I'm a 27. It's unbecoming of a 27-year-old man to get excited about anything. And
Yeah.
You can fucking quote me on that.
Yeah, you get excited about the Masters.
It's quite, and then I say to my girlfriend and my close friends, I'm sorry, I just can't get excited for stuff. And then there's golf on the telly, or I'm going to go and play golf.
Yeah.
And then I'm having a great time. No, I don't. I get it happened last year. Well, it's because I travelled down by myself, which what a joy that was. I love travelling by myself. I kind of hate travelling with people. 100%. Because it's like, look, I'll be in charge of the travelling. That's fine. I want it to be like that because I'm a loose control freak with this, and I'll get us there on
Tight
time.
control freak.
Maybe.
I think.
I think
more
loose
generous.
and airy.
Yeah.
Just a smidge of control freak.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get us there on time, and then I don't want to worry about fuckheads. I'm looking over there. I'm looking at the other side of the room,
Hey.
and I'm seeing Horatio Gould sat there, and it was making sense to me. I don't want to like fuckheads flapping about with their
Go with the
bags.
flow. I can react to things quicker.
No, you
Spontaneous.
can't.
I can. It's not a tight thing with you. Something comes in the way.
It's be on time to the bus.
It breaks
It's
it
get
up.
to the festival on time.
It's flow.
No, because what I have to do
Flow
with
state.
fuckheads, and I mean the vast majority of people in the world here
yeah.
actually, is that I've got to allow like 15 more minutes at every point traveling because people make mistakes all the time. Whereas it's just me, I'm sailing straight on. I don't have to get to the bus too early. I know when I'm going to be. I know I'm not going to miss any trains. I know I'm going to be packed and ready. So last year it was great because I went by myself. I made friends with some lesbians on the coach down. We had a few.
Do you often travel on your own anywhere?
I don't know. Kind of.
Yeah.
Every day traveling, quite a lot.
Yeah, I guess so.
AirPods in.
Yeah.
You're having a whale of a time.
Yeah.
But no, so the excitement hit on the coach. Because also, in my mind, there's too much shit to get done before we can actually get to the festival part. Once we arrive there, like last year, once I'd done the journey and everything, and I set foot on the ground, on the hallowed turf, I then got a wave of excitement because I'd arrived there.
And you felt immediately embarrassed.
I was like, what am I doing? I am a grown man, and here I am giddy at the thought of some music. But yeah, no, I am excited for this year. It's gonna be grand.
Good.
It's gonna be grand.
You've got to have positive energy.
I have a gripe.
Brilliant. He's got stage fright. He's got performance anxiety.
It is that food delivery companies are becoming far too colloquial with their marketing strategies.
Okay.
Have you received these emails or these notifications where it's like, another late one, you cunt? Fancy another Domino's, you shit? Why don't you check back into your favourites, you fat prick, and have 30% off it because you can't be bothered to cook again, can you? Can't be bothered to cook, you stupid little prick.
Yeah.
Why don't you just order another takeaway, you fat little lazy shit?
Right.
That's what they're fucking doing. They're emailing you like they're
So who name and shame? Who are the culprits?
Deliveroo, Uber Eats.
Right.
Zap, dunno.
Right.
Not a regular enough user of Zap to receive the notifications. But it's, hey, feeling shit again. Why don't you plug that with some fucking fat, you cunt?
Because Domino's, I know, are big texters, but none of this is over text. Because I think that would also be
that's it.
If Uber Eats if you're feeling low and Uber Eats texts you,
and it's like next to a
pizza,
message from your mum, that's not acceptable, is it? Get the fuck off my phone. Can't be bothered to cook because that's all it is. Can't be bothered to cook again. Why don't you get? Here's 30% off a Chinese, you prick.
yeah.
What's wrong with you? You can't do it, can you? Well, give in. Give in. You're shit anyway, so you might as well be even shitter.
So you assume because of the money of these companies that it's an effective marketing strategy.
Yeah. Well, it's like, but it's all like treat. It started off being like treat yourself.
Right.
It started off being like you deserve it.
Yeah.
You
don't deserve that many.
No. But now they've realised that people know they don't deserve it.
Yeah.
So they're being like, you can't cook. What are you trying to do boiling some pasta, you stupid prick? Order it in. It's 30% off. Yeah. Because we know you can't cater for yourself.
And how else are you going to fucking eat?
How else are you going to eat? You got to order. You've got to order some more shit.
But then I understand that as a fair gripe, but would you say it would be fair if they could double down? Maybe it's the middle point that's the problem. Like if it was their entire marketing was slagging you off. So it's in the email. There's like AI images of what you probably look like. You with pans, it's spilling stuff everywhere.
This is what you look like at home.
Boiling hot water in your lap. 3rd degree burns.
Really fat. Horribly fat.
All the TV ads as well of Deliveroo. It's just like, don't give. That's the angle.
Stop trying to pretend you're not a prick. Stop trying to pretend that you're not a fat, disgusting, lazy prick. Here's 30% off Pizza Hut.
I mean, so maybe if they went the whole hog, it would come around to being acceptable.
It would, but it would have to be I think it needs a new company that just overtly shames people into buying food. Stop trying to fry that chicken, you fucking mug. Just go to KFC.
Yeah.
And it's gone too far. It was, because it should be, potentially, there's an argument that you shouldn't even be able to advertise it. It's a bit like gambling. Should you be able to advertise things that are negligent for people's health?
Yeah. Maybe, but then I guess a lot of people, if people can afford it, I guess more and more people they do find it so much more convenient that for some people's lives it is just, maybe there's healthier options you can get. It's not all just Domino's because people are lazy.
They're very rarely advertising poke bowls.
It's true.
It's fucking slop.
But it is where...
It's 30% off slop, you stupid fat prick.
But in some sort of late capitalist dystopia, it feels like some apartments are heading to the point where they're not even going to have kitchens anymore.
Yeah.
It
just
feels
just a microwave.
Yeah, just stuff. So it does feel like it's becoming so much more normalised, that stuff, and there are healthier and healthier options.
And there are.
Yeah.
But they're not flogging that.
Yeah.
They're flogging the slop because that's where they make their dime.
Yeah.
You think they're making their dime off a salmon poke bowl?
Well, they've got their big orderers, and they've got to cater to them.
They've got their big orders.
Yeah, but I don't know how much advertising you have to do.
Have another pie.
I already am, cunt.
If
I was one of them, I'm like, yeah.
Well, but it's also...
Who do you think I am?
It's the frequency of them.
Yeah.
I've got a pie on the way. Stop ordering... I'm not going to order another one. Or just one pie for you, is it? Don't be stupid. You're going to want another. Just order it now. Because they've even doing the thing...
There's something pretty heinous about ordering in a pie.
Yeah.
It's like you've got the world at your fingertips. You can't be ordering in a pie.
Can I have a pie delivered to my house, please? Can I just have a pie?
Because, I mean, cooking a pie, there's a homeliness, there's a homemade quality to it. But ordering someone to bring you a pie...
I'll have a pie, please.
we've got Vietnamese, we've
Yeah,
got Japanese.
That's what I think about
Can
takeaway.
I have a pie, please? We've got Italian,
What?
got seafood.
Can I have it?
Can I just have the pie, please? I just want one
I
large
know.
pie.
I know you do. I know you have all those other
Can
options.
you put some extra gravy on the side in a pot, please? Because I want sort
I
of
want the
saucy
pie.
pie. I'll just have the pie. Stop texting me. Stop trying to give me 30% off stuff.
Who ate all the pies? You.
You.
30% off.
You will if you use this deal. You
Yeah.
know you're gonna. You fucking loser. It's rude.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
But
All right.
in
Is
general,
that quite past?
Yeah,
then?
it's quite definitely
Wow.
passed. But it's within the... Well, so fuck coffee, which I feel is within that realm of like aggressive marketing, trying to be your best mate.
Is different
Go on.
because that's trying to give themselves an identity of edge.
Right.
Aren't we edgy because we called ourselves fuck offy?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
You're sad.
Yeah.
Sad little fucking store. I really despise fuck coffee and egg slut are in the bottom tier of what I find to be anything that's beautiful in life.
What about mumlet?
What's mumlet?
There's another within the egg slot.
Do they sell omelets?
They sell omelets.
Then they can get to fuck.
Really?
Mumlet?
Yeah. I've never been in there.
What's
but
the
it's-
pub?
it's
What's the
off-
joke?
It's off Brick Lane. They're like a.
Mumlet.
I actually haven't been in there.
Mumlet.
Yeah.
What's the joke?
Well, it's more. I guess it's momlet because it's mom.
M-O-M.
Yeah.
Mumlet.
Mom.
What is that omelets like your mum makes?
Don't know. Literally have no idea.
Mumlet.
Mumlet.
Oh, it's fucking stupid.
Right. But for coffee, which is an East London coffee brand, and they spread after the success of their
Like
first.
a horrible virus.
It's now on this road. Do you pass Rainbow Coffee on the way here?
No.
You probably don't actually.
No.
But that's the same brand, but they have no longer called it for coffee because of the shift clearly in what is edgy. So now it's called Rainbow.
Well, that's shite as well.
Yeah.
Rainbow coffee.
You might have to tell them these guys.
Well, they need to sit down with yours truly. But at the end of the day, rainbow isn't. That's like candy.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a sweet candy coffee.
Yeah.
It should be dirt.
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 I mean, dirt's not a terrible name for it. If it has the right branding.
Dirt.
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 But if it had like really like Scandinavian looking branding, it looked all like
Dirta.
Dart. Yeah.
Dart.
Yeah. So it's DRTR.
Ah, we're confusing it now.
Dart.
Dirta.
Dart.
And just like brown. You want to? When you think of coffee, you want to think of brown.
What about Browntown?
Yeah, come down to Browntown. Got the brownest coffee in town.
Or just Brun.
Brun. Brun.
Yeah, so it's brown, but it's got like an umlaut on the O. Brun.
That's a coffee place I go to.
Brun.
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 With an umlaut on U. Brune.
Yeah.
Brun coffee. That sounds good.
Brun.
Are we going to go to Brun for a coffee?
Brun.
Brun.
Cold Scandinavian baristas.
Yeah.
Tall.
Brown
blonde.
beans.
Brun.
Brown fucking beans.
What do you mean?
You know, just that's what you think of. Brun.
Right.
Rainbow. What's going on there?
Yeah.
I don't want a kid's coffee.
Brun.
Brun. Brun coffee.
And then would you have different names on the menu, just staying in that kind of like Amerikaner,
What the fuck did you just say?
latte Amerikaner?
Do you have different names on the menu?
Yeah, like they're switching normal coffee orders.
So like a cappuccino
It'd
becomes
be like Gambochi.
kombucha.
Gambochi. No, because that's too like a Gomba. A Gambo.
Gamboy.
If you like, because it has to be like
Cappuccino.
because actually cappuccino is so Italian, it's very hard to un-Italian it.
Cappuccino.
Gobachine.
Cappuccino.
Gorba.
Cappuccino.
What about like Chowny?
What's that?
Cappuccino.
Oh, ciao.
Gene.
Ciao. Yeah, that's good. Are we
Ciao.
just trying to Scandinavianise it?
Yeah. Chowna.
Ciao.
Gini.
Cappuccino.
It sounds Italian still.
Cappuccino.
Chowna.
Ciao.
Chowna.
Order hard. Yeah. Order hard here to go ciao.
Chowna.
Ciao.
And every coffee needs to sound like a
East-
Scandinavian word for melancholy.
Yeah. Easter lot.
He has got a bad case of the chowna.
The ciao. Ice latte.
Would be like
East lato.
Lauter.
Easter
It'd
lauter.
be lauter.
Easter lauter.
Yeah.
One Easter lauter, please.
Cold lauter.
Cold lauter.
It'd be kalt lauter.
Kalt lauter. Einen kalt lauter. Bitte? No, sweet, please.
No.
That's a German joke.
What?
Bitter means please in German.
Yeah.
But I don't want my coffee to be too bitter.
Right,
So I've
yeah.
asked for it sweet.
Yeah.
Well, you should have gone to Rainbow Coffee, Andrew, because
Yeah.
we do bitter coffees here.
Should we talk about the war?
Nope. Yeah, let's talk about
You've
the
been
war.
keeping up with the war.
Is that the new... oh, that's going to be a terrible joke, so I'm
Go
not
on,
going to do it.
give it a go.
Is that the new reality TV show from the makers of Keeping Up with the Kardashians? You
The
see?
war.
Yeah, Keeping Up with the War.
Yeah. It's not terrible.
It is.
But yeah,
It's pretty bad.
I won't edit it out.
Of course not. Why would you?
Ugh, Andrew. Stop farting. Just because you told a bad joke doesn't mean you get to fart your way out of this.
You can't compound my misery with a bad joke and then making me fart. That's a humiliating 10 seconds for this guy. Bad joke, and he's farting as well. Oh, look, he's done a bad one, and he's farting. And he's smelling the gaff out as well. Good for him. What a sad little life. Yeah, the war. The war.
I mean, yeah. Are you staying abreast of things?
Yeah, I'm staying abreast of things.
I guess part of, if I'm honest, part of reading a newspaper, it
smart.
makes you feel like, I don't know, it feels like you are partly involved. You know,
Yeah.
someone needs, there's not that many people now reading the newspaper because not that many people need to know what's going on, but you need to know what's going on because it's important that you're up to date.
You need to stay abreast of affairs.
Yeah, that's what the whole point of a broadsheet is.
Yeah.
I'm super important.
Yeah.
I need to know what's going on.
The majority
because
of it...
I'm a change maker.
The majority is not... Well, I think that's what you like to think. But
Yeah.
in reality, it's not looking like a fool at dinner parties.
What? Yeah, yes, yeah.
It's when someone brings up Tehran and you go, what, is that the soup we're having? That's what the purpose of reading a newspaper is at the end of the day. But no, there's a smugness in it, but there's a joy of being abreast of affairs, isn't
Yeah,
there?
you get to live a fantasy.
I feel better when I'm abreast of affairs.
Yeah,
You can quote me on it.
yeah. I feel better when I've got a breast in my hand. It's not bad.
It's not bad. I was look.
Andrew.
No, too many, too many. You're gonna make them horrible fart sounds as well. I just know you are. All right, I think we've done a rant.
I thought because it was all about this plan to blow up the nuclear base with the bunker buster. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
that
I was
what they
Iran,
call you in the gay clubs in London.
What,
All of
the
the bunker buses.
well, a B-2 bomber is going to bust my bunker.
No, you're just a bunker buster.
Why?
You just bang boys' anuses out, not boys, men. You out there banging, busting
Yeah,
bunkers.
I'm dropping bombs.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm getting deep under the surface.
yeah.
But it does seem weird when Iran knows exactly... Everyone knows where the US are trying to blow up. There's all these newspaper articles about it before it happened.
Yeah.
What they'll probably do.
Yeah,
If I was Iran, I'd move all the stuff.
pretty hard.
But you know it's coming.
Yeah, but these are more like pretty high-tech facilities.
Yeah. But
This is-
it's weird to
If
know
it came out that the US
there's
was,
going to be a bomb drop right here.
yeah, look, they will move some stuff out.
Let's get all the most precious stuff. Let's get
I
it
think
out.
you're underestimating
Definitely all the files.
permanent nature of nuclear facilities.
Yeah.
If it came out in the paper that the US was going to bomb this podcast studio, we'd probably get away with it.
We would move all our stuff.
We would move all our stuff, yeah. But you're comparing a podcast studio to nuclear facilities.
Well, Iran did come out and say we've moved most of the uranium.
They would
but
say that.
They would say that.
You'd
wouldn't
move, but you would move the
But you would.
uranium. Oh, how? Look,
You would though.
you're talking about like uranium isn't the rods that you saw in The Simpsons, where you can just like chuck them away.
Well, do you know what uranium is then?
Yeah, it's a highly
What does it
volatile
look like?
material. It's a
Right.
highly volatile nuclear.
I understand
material.
it's hard to move, but part of me is like, when you know that they're about to blow it up,
Yeah,
or you know it's coming in like a week, I bet there's a lot of stuff.
but
you
it's
could-
it's the
I bet I could-
facilities of
I
which
bet
to
you
make
could put
it.
your heads together and work out a way to make them better protected.
You could probably get a few out. You could get some stuff out, but this is more.
Also, in
It's
my
not just
head-
the material; it's the equipment.
Iran produces steel. What
Here we
about a big? And it costs a lot of money, but a massive disc of thick steel.
To withstand a nuclear bomb.
No,
Right.
it's not a nuclear.
It wasn't a nuclear bomb, no.
It's a bunker buster.
It's a bunker buster.
Just a I don't know, as thick as this room
Yeah.
disc,
Put a piece of tarpaulin up.
and you put that over the thing.
Yeah.
I bet that will it will help a bit.
Again, you're underestimating how difficult it is to build a dome around a nuclear
It's
facility.
not even a dome; it's a disc.
It's a disc.
So it's not even like
So
this.
you can get it from the side.
I guess you probably could actually.
Yeah. You could get
And
it
it's
from the side.
I just like if you could then just like place that there
Yeah.
over the whole circle.
So right.
I'm just saying it's extra defense because
Yeah.
that whole thing is that the bunker buster. It's the only bomb only the US have a bomb that can get deep underground then explode because it's so heavy it crashes through. If there's metal this thick, that would be harder for the bunker buster to bust through.
Look, I'm all up for busting bunker busters.
And this is because I've been reading the FT Sunday paper.
Yeah.
And I feel I should have a column.
Well, God. If that happened, I would genuinely kill myself.
What if I was an FT columnist?
Yeah,
So
I'd-
maybe Iran.
Maybe Iran should just build thicker steel.
Why didn't they move the uranium?
Why have they not thought of a disc? Just pop a disc in the sky. Yeah, how quickly are they going to be able to manufacture that level of steel and put
I
it
don't
in the
think
ground?
they were even asking that question though. Is what I didn't like. That's maybe it's impossible, but it feels like they don't have a lot of good ideas, guys, over there. I guess a lot of the brains of the operation have been taken out by Israel.
Yeah.
But it feels like there's not a lot of guys who are kind of with good
Well,
ideas.
how do you know they're not moving it?
It might come out.
Yeah.
And then I was right.
Well, there's a lot that we don't
Then
know.
my idea before it happened
Yeah.
to move it,
Yeah.
we were on the same page.
I'm sure they've moved some of it.
Me and the Revolutionary Guard, great minds think alike.
Move it, build a disc.
Well, the disc, that's galaxy brain shit.
Yeah. The fucking disc with no sides on it.
Yeah. I just feel like they're going to drop it there. So put everything you can on it. Just do like a...
Well, they probably are. Iran
The
will
pictures
be...
I saw, it was just... It's underground, and they're like, that'll do.
That will do.
I'm like, get everyone in the surrounding villages to put all of their shit on top of it.
Like pants, socks.
Every little helps.
No. No, it doesn't.
Well, not explosives. Don't put your
The Iranian
dynamite-
government responded to the US threats by getting the local villagers to place all their pants on top of the nuclear
It's not just
facilities.
pants, it's any old shit.
With the tagline, every little helps.
No, because Tesco's would sue you.
Tesco's would sue Iran. Hey,
And Iran have enough problems.
crazier things have happened in this modern world than Tesco suing Iran.
Have you been enjoying the new stuff around it, though?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
it is good
Are
stuff.
you scared?
No.
Yeah, because people are getting kind of scared now, and it is big, but...
Yeah, it's big. I mean, it's obviously not a grand old Duke of York. It's not a great old state of affairs, particularly now the US is directly engaged in a conflict with Iran. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a smart move. I think a lot of ye old Trump supporters are getting pretty hacked off because he campaigned as like the anti-war president. And now, look, it's an argument for the deep state. It doesn't matter what you come in. People always seem to come in. They're like, "We'll stop these wars," and then they just always seem to happen.
But then also, even the way he's doing it feels quite undeep statey, as in for kind of on a whim. He seems to do it. It doesn't follow the careful protocol of most US foreign policy.
It is
He's
that
there in
hasn't
front
been-
of the Juve team.
Yeah,
just saying-
that's a favourite moment. Well, I'll get a bit of a picture of it here, I guess.
Maybe.
One
Maybe.
picture. So there's a bit when Trump, and this is one of Trump's finest things, one of the most entertaining things, is he doesn't give a fuck who he's with.
Yeah.
If he's with, he can be meeting a football team and he's going to talk about nuclear strikes in Iran.
Yeah.
It's like, and you can just see the fucking dazed, confused faces of the Juventus football team, who I'm not exactly sure why they're at the White House anyway.
But it's press genius because it makes him seem so much more important that he's so busy.
He can't even shake the hands of the Juventus football team. He's got to talk
That's a
about
part
Iran.
of his job, and he's doing both parts of his job.
Yeah.
And that really makes it look. That's all 3 minutes. Well,
Well, that was some pretty blasé coverage of the Iran warfare.
we had to talk about it. People would be like, do they not know what's going on?
Yeah. Have we not heard of it? We just need to mention that something has happened so we don't look like fucking idiots. Hey, we're reading the broadsheets more than you lot are doing.
Are you reading the broadsheet?
Not for months, no.
No, but you should get on it.
I want to. It's just like,
It would suit you.
it does suit me. I want to sit there on the
Grumpy,
balcony with a coffee.
Huffing and puffing,
Oh, Lord, what are they doing?
keeping abreast.
Oh, God, the situation in China is just getting out of hand.
The government.
God, what more funding for steel?
I think probably the golden age of newspapers was the Victorian age, wasn't it? Like the British Empire.
Yeah. Well, it's
Massive
the only way to get your information.
Yeah, and the
Otherwise
only
you haven't got
people
a clue.
reading the news are people who have to stay abreast of affairs.
Yeah.
Wasn't like an entertainment thing.
Well, it's a bit of both, because at the same time you're like, what the fuck is going on? If like, you know, all you can do is talk to your neighbour.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is going on?
I have no idea. I live on
What
the
is-
same street as you, cunt.
Yeah. So what are we going to do?
I don't know. But we'll find out next week.
That's good. Yeah.
But until now, join the Patreon. It's
Until now?
growing. We grow.
Until now, join the Patreon.
Until now,
But not after.
yeah. It's growing. We grow more powerful by the day.
We don't really do. There's an extra episode every week.
Yeah. It's not just a.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not
just
just
good
like
to
a
say.
pay pig sort of situation.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of is. Anyway, bye.
Oink.